TOA community, welcome back everybody. Robert Linkul, trainingtheolderadult.com. All right, we put up a video not too long ago talking about foot and toe strength and how your toe strength is an indicator of if you are a high fall risk or not. We had a lot of comments, we had a lot of questions. A lot of people wanted to know what to do to get their feet stronger. So what I've done is put together a basic little drill sheet, a little mobility menu sheet for you to do here. It'll basically assist you in building your foot strength, okay? Now, ideally, you would do all of these with your shoes off. That is our first step. And you want to do them without the shoes on because, number one, your shoe is a cast, and that cast can take upwards of 40% of your strength and stability away from you. So shoes go off, keep your socks on, unless you're at home using all of your own stuff. If you are at a gym or at somebody else's gym, keep your socks on. We don't want you to spread all of your foot funguses and I'm kidding, right? It is a courteous thing to do, but taking the shoes off to be able to get good foot and ground contact, very, very good. All right, exercise number one. I don't know how to say this correctly. Veliz, I don't know. Veliz leaning drill. It is simple. You stand up nice and tall. And you are going to, via the hips, lean forward, dig your big toe into the ground, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, come back to standing. Lean forward, 1, 2, try to keep your heels down, 3, 4, 5, come back to standing. After a couple of these, you really start to feel your toes digging into the ground and returning. And unless you're Michael Jackson doing the full tilt all the way out to 45 degrees, you don't need to do much, right? It's just gonna be a couple, 5, maybe 10 degrees if you're pretty talented. Hold for about 5 seconds and return. Give me 10 of those, okay? Then we're gonna go to dorsiflexors. Dorsiflexors can be done in 2 ways. You can literally just stand here and pull your toes up and return, pull your toes up and return. These are dorsiflexors, right? I kind of balance back on my heels and I pull my toes up. But the best way to do them is leaning against the wall. You don't have to do a wall sit, you just lean and then pull your toes up, pull your toes up. Pull your toes up, okay? That position there is probably gonna give you one of the better returns. And let me give you one more side view example of it here. As I lean against this wall, and you can see me pulling my toes up, pulling my toes up, pulling my toes up. It's just my body weight that I'm pulling up, but again, that can be quite challenging. The next one, calf pumps. Again, you can just stand in place and do calf pumps like I'm doing here, right? Or you could stand with your heels hanging off of a step going into the house, something that when you drop your heels, it's not gonna flip over. So don't stand on a yoga block, okay, or a plyo box, because more than likely, those are gonna tip over. You need something that's heavy, that's solid, that's grounded, allow you to do that. You don't have any of those, just lean against the wall. You can just lean in and do calf pumps here at a big full range of motion. This will work just fine. All right, next, you're gonna get a towel, and I'm gonna have you throw that towel down on the floor on like a tile or wood floor, okay? So imagine, I can't do it here because it's on rubber floor, but imagine, let me grab a towel here and I'll show you. Oh, I'm out of towels. Where did my other one go? I'll grab it out of here. Way to be prepared, Rob. Okay, here's the one I used earlier. Take this guy, and you're gonna throw it onto the floor. And this should be tile, this should be wood, this should be laminate, something that's slippy, okay? You put your heels here and you're gonna crunch your toes and just keep crunching your toes until the whole towel is wadded up under your feet, right? Under your feet. Now, in the beginning, this might not work for you at all. Like as you start, you may barely start to move the towel and it won't even like bundle up, just keep working on it. You could start with something as simple as just sitting and grabbing the carpet with your toes and just grip it. I'm doing it with my toes in the floor right now. Look how much movement I get, right? When I'm doing this, I know black on black's tough to see. Grip, just work your toes, digging into something. A big shower towel is great because it's gonna give you a lot of play, a lot of something to grab onto. And for this one in particular, especially if you're at home using your own stuff, you can take your socks off and just go barefoot like you see that picture there, okay? All right, and then the last one, what I went and just grabbed here, AirX pad, one of these guys. pop that down on the floor, or a towel like I just had, tripled up, okay? Something where when you stand on it, it's not gonna be stable or flat. And so look at my foot. Do you see how it's moving left, right, left, right, left, right? That's what we want, is that balance response. I'm not just gonna stand up straight, okay? This now I'm just oblong, okay? Trying to balance from a non-athletic position. I want you to lower your center of mass, flex your knee just a hair. That's why we call it a slight squat, right? A slight squat, hold. 1, 2, 3, look at the corrections, 4, 5, and then I'm gonna switch my feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other foot could go in front if you want it to. Just make sure you're keeping a little bit of knee, okay? Or it can go behind. I like behind, and I like to sit down as deep as I can, okay? And work on this balanced posture, this balanced position as deep as I can. 5 seconds on each leg. And work ground reaction, work ground reaction. You could see how much my feet were working, okay? And that was in a shoe, on AirX pads, on the floor. Imagine shoeless, so 40% more work, right? And with a big thick towel or whatnot, or AirX pad, the amount of work, you're gonna see all this musculature, just left, right, right. You're gonna see all of that working on your feet. And that's exactly what we want. If you do this little routine, and it'll take you, 5 to 7 minutes, do this before a workout once a week, maybe twice, okay? That would be great. That would give you really, really good returns. After we did the original video, and I showed the picture of the dynamometer and the big toe pushing down on the dynamometer, really got me thinking, where else could I find more information on this, or what other components would be valuable here? What else could I share? So I dove a little deeper, and the more that I found, the more came back to this, especially your big toe, but all of your toes, your gripping toe strength, the amount of pressure you can put down through your toe is just super important to keep you upright, okay? So this is worth introducing and practicing on a regular basis, in my opinion, especially if you're over, I'll say 50. Your opportunity for fall risk is just climbing rapidly with every year that you're not resistance training, that you're not working ground reaction. Now, if you push tanks and sleds and you're running or rucking and you're doing, lunges and step ups and drop steps and forward step lunges and reverse squats, and you're doing split squats and curtsy lunges and kickstand RDLs, you're doing stuff where you're working ground reaction with your feet all the time, you probably don't need to do a whole lot of this, right? The dorsiflexors would probably be good, a little toe crunching here and there. But if you're not doing those things, and you're not doing them on a multiple opportunities a week, like 3-4 times a week, then I would do this, okay? I would certainly do this for anybody over 50. But if you're under 50 and you're doing all those other things, I don't think you need to do a ton of it. You're already getting a lot of ground reaction and getting good work in there. And I don't want to add up and just keep giving you more and more things to do. There was a joke going around Instagram that showed, like, if you did everything Andrew Huberman told you to do, you'd only have like an hour of free time a day. Because it was like, well, I got to do my cold plunge, I got to do my sauna, I got to do my red light therapy, I have to do meditation, I have to sleep for 12 hours a day in a cold environment, bundled up, and then I have to fast, and then I also have to do, I got to do my workouts, I got to do my zone 2 cardio, you're just going down the list of like all the stuff that you got to go through. We should be tumbling for 7 minutes. I should be showing my junk to the sun and getting, exposure to the sun for vitamin D and testosterone growth and like all of this other stuff. And you're like, dude, if I did everything they suggested to do, this is just another 7 minutes of something else I got to add to my routine. So if you don't, my point is you don't need it, okay? Don't do it. But if you're over 50, you're not pushing sleds around, and you're not doing lunges on a regular basis, this is going to help a lot. This is going to help. Where am I? This is going to help a lot, okay? I would encourage you to do this at least once a week, if not twice a week. I think it'll help quite a bit. Comments, questions, hit me up in the comment section below. If not, continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. Please subscribe, ring the bell, don't miss anything that we put up. Much love and appreciation to all of you. We will see you in the next one. Peace.